Hello, I'm Lauren Fritsch, and today I want to talk about inputs versus outputs. So if you are not familiar, I have a program called Incandescent. It teaches service providers to get corporate clients, people who've been used to working with individuals and one-on-one. It's a program that helps them expand their impact and land corporate contracts. And one of the things that people underestimate when it comes to thought leadership of any kind is that you need inputs in order to have outputs. What does that mean? Well, let's start with the output piece. So everyone and their mother does not need to have a unique and totally brand new way of doing things in order to help people. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. But when I talk about outputs, those are pieces of content and marketing and thought leadership that are helpful for people to understand who you are, what you do, and how you can help them in their business. Now, how do you get an output if you don't have a specific approach that is novel or different? Well, it's actually not that hard, and even people with their own specific approach can also use the output method. What does the output method look like? It is simply this. You comment on trends and information that you see in your marketplace or as relevant to your marketplace. Let me give you an example. So one of my clients is creating a consulting business for marketing around ecotourism. She wants to go in and help ecotourism businesses do better business and have more fun while they're at it, because that's what tourism's all about, fun. So she wants their teams to have fun too. So, if she doesn't have a specific way of approaching how she's going to help those companies with their marketing, what can she do? What would be a suitable output? Well, I told her that she needs to start commenting on the ecotourism market. She needs to be researching what are the trends in the ecotourism market, observing them, analyzing them, critiquing them perhaps, and seeing what does she think about where that industry is going? What does she think about what's already happening? What opportunities does she see for ecotourism companies? That's hard to do, create the output, if you don't have any inputs. So that's where the input piece comes in. Inputs are the information that you are looking for so that you can create an output. For example, she needs to go pick up a lot of tourism magazines just to read about what's going on, to see who's doing advertising. She needs to start reading influential tourism, ecotourism specifically, blogs. And ultimately, through that input, she's going to start to be able to create her own outputs that are going to put her on the map as an expert and as a thought leader in her industry. Of course, she's specific to ecotourism, but you don't have to stop with your industry. You can often create outputs if you are gleaning inputs from other industries. So, for example, I am going to have a program that is taking inputs from the luxury goods industry. So that could be fashion, travel, jewelry, wine, accessories, restaurants. I'm taking inputs gleaned from the luxury business because I've worked with luxury brands for over a decade, and I'm going to apply them to a service-based business. So I'm going to be teaching coaches and consultants how to use the principles of luxury branding in their service-based business so that they become a luxury brand, right? So the inputs are all the things I've learned from luxury, and the output is a methodology that I can apply to a different industry. That's the output. So you can do this with paid content, you can do it with free content, certainly you can do it with your own products and services. But the input-output method is, I think, essential to establishing yourself, giving yourself credibility, authority, thought leadership in your space, and it requires inputs. That is the little understood thing. And it's the reason that about marketing yourself and branding yourself. And it's the reason I think that people get so myopic and sort of tunnel vision focused as they're in their businesses. They think they should just be getting inputs from very specific quite narrow places. And my approach to input and output is very, very different. I think you should cast a wide net regarding your interests. I don't think that you should try to read about stuff that you hate, because that would not fall on the Joy Money Matrix. And stick to stuff you like, and you're going to start to see how you can talk about those things, those trends. It's a lot of pattern recognition, and then you get to analyze and synthesize and come up with your take on things, and thereby establish your authority in a space. So hope that input and output method resonates with you, and let me know what you plan to do, inputs and outputs. Thanks.